Hey, it's scrapbooking with Lanita time. And I'm Lanita Medina from Camden, Maine. And one of the super fun things about Maine is that we have lobster traps and we have lighthouses. And this lighthouse is from the secret box, which if you bought it, you've already opened it. Yay! With the virtual crop this weekend. And so I asked my good friend Althea to help make a lobster trap. I just haven't seen anybody make one. And I'll hold it up. You can see that this is one of the old-fashioned ones. It is wooden, and it has the little opening there for the lobsters to go in. And then this is one of the older punches that is the rope or Boilermaker cartridge, but you can use anything else, and the anchor. So there's just a few fun ocean things there. But for this time, I'm going to focus on the lobster. All this stuff is almost done and punched out because this is what is a bit time consuming, but I do think you'll have fun with it. If you're if you just want a prop, just because it's part of where you live or where you visited, that was kind of the idea that I was going on. So first of all, we will make these little oval pieces that are the arches for it, and then the base. Okay, I'll turn it over so that you can see that the base is at an angle, and the angles are a little different because it does sit at an angle. I'll set that one up there. So that one is going to be for the base part, and this is going to be for the little arches. And so because the arches are tilted, you can see that they're tilted, they're not even. I am going to cut with the green blade first and then the red, and I'm going to go from about, let's see if you can see these under things here, about 1/4 of the way down. I'll go all the way around to about 3/4 of the way down on that one. So 1/4 up on this top part and 3/4 down on this part. So it's from here to there. So you can see that it's not an even cut. I'll start here and I'll go all the way down to here. Now I can always cut it down once I have cut it, or once I have cut it out. So I'm not afraid to just cut too much, but want to make sure that, all right, that one I got a little glitch on, but that will be okay. All right, so there's one. Okay, so I'll make the other one right down here, kind of the same idea. And I do have this skinny piece of paper I'm going to be cutting. I'm going to be cutting along the angle here. So once more, I think my paper is a little small, but I think it will make it. So 1/4 and all the way down. And then with the red blade and down. Let me just see if I got that one enough. This one, that one needs a little bit more, it looks like. Okay, and then the last one, same thing. I'll start at 1/4 of the way up on that, go a little bit farther down on this side, and the same with the red. Let's see, this should make sense after. So do you see how there's more here cut than here? That's the idea, it's at an angle. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut those, and it's really, I'm going to say it's hard to have a measurement, an exact measurement on this. You just have to play it by ear, and also depends how big you want your lobster trap. But this is the part that I'm wanting to cut. And so I am going to go at an angle, and it was about 1.5. I can always go down farther though. So I'm going to cut it at that angle. I see that this is where my cut ends over here, and then that one starts over there. So let's see how this goes, right? And let's see, I want this to be a little bit higher up. What I found on my sample was that if I cut it too short, I didn't have enough to grab it for to attach it. So there's that, and I may have to go at a little bit more of an angle, but for now I'll just cut down here. And there's the angled piece. Okay, that one is a little glitched, but that one can go on the back. These others are fine. Okay, same thing here. I'll go ahead and do my angle here. I'm looking to see where it's at. Looks like it's there. Oh, I didn't get that quite well. Okay, let's do that one again. There, that's the angle. So there's that piece, and here is this piece there. So there are two. I'll set them right there, and one more. So I'm going to just pull it out just a bit so I can see here. Okay, now you can actually see also. I'm trying to grab that piece and down to here, so that's the angle. Yeah. All right, so there we go there, and that looks like it should be good. Now, the other part to this, if it's a little short or long, you can just cut yourself another one. You know, it's not that difficult. It's not a huge waste of paper. All right, so the next piece is the base here, that base. So that base is 5, got that one, the base 5 by 1.5 inches. So I think, yep, all right, so I'm gonna go, let's see, I want the darker part to stay. I want the darker part to be my base. So 1.5 by 5. And I found that it was a little bit under 5, so I'll do a little bit under 5. And then one of the sides, I want to measure 1.5 from here to here. So I can measure here, or use my ruler, or use this. So, let's see, let me grab my pen. I don't want a big mark. Let me just get right onto, okay, so 1 1/4 is what I'm looking. So for 1 1/4. Okay, now this other end though is going to be 2 inches. So from this end, see, I went that way and that way. Yeah. So I'm going to cut from here to here, and then from 2 inches, I took 1 and 2, yeah, 2 inches. It seems like a lot, but that's the way it is. 2 inches to there. Okay, all right. Because of the angle of how it's going. And I can put this away now, so I'm going to take this off. And I'll go ahead and do my angle here. So there's my little mark, and that corner goes there, and there's my mark for that. I can't follow that one on this one because I'm just going with the measurement here. And then this one is from that line all the way to the 2 here. Okay, so now if I look at the sample, I can see that that's an exact match. Okay, so that's the base. All right, now these are a whole bunch of slats, and I've pre-cut these. They are at 1/8 inch slats. And you can see the other things, the medium oval, which is the number 6, and the red and green blade. And then those are the measurements of the base. So this is where it's a lot easier to use the silicone mat, because you'll be just taping away here. So I'm going to set this here. Now the other thing that you'll want is, and I'm just going to set this like this so that it will make sense. Let me put it over here as I'm building it, that how the angle works, okay? Because it can be confusing on putting these on here. So as I'm putting the arches on, I will, I'll compare it to this one. Okay, so first I want to put the little pieces in here, and then I can cut them down. So these are the little openings, and I'll just go ahead and put some, yeah, and this is the 1.5 inch one, and this is the 2-inch one, just so you don't want it the other way around, okay? Or like that. So I'll just put this up here, here, just to see a little bit more tape here. So I'll go ahead and put this in here. That's going to go down a bit. And I know that I'm going to be clipping it, but this seemed to be the easiest way that I found. And then these are going to go right on top. The other thing I noticed is that I kept needing to like tape because it, you know, things keep like moving or whatever. So that's gonna go, it's gonna go a bit that way, but I don't want to cut it too much yet. So that's gonna be there, and then this one can go on top, but it's only going to be half of it. I'll go ahead and cut that piece off, and this piece, and then put a little more adhesive there, and go ahead and go there. Okay, so that's the little opening. Okay, and I'll go ahead and just clip a little bit of this, just so it doesn't overhang. And I will clip this. I was gonna say later, but I can take that piece off now. I'll probably need to clip it more later, but all right, now the arches. Here are the arches. Okay, I can see that I was a little crooked on that. Oh well. Oh well. And so here's where these, you want these to lie like sideways, if that makes sense. It's kind of like one of those trays. So see how, okay, so that's not even, yeah, that's sideways enough, it looks like, maybe. Let me do this one here so I can do this sideways enough. And I put the adhesive on the back so that I can go ahead and bring it around. And this might be a little short, but we'll make do on that one. I think that will work. That is a little short, isn't it? Let me try another one. This one we do want a little shorter, but this one not. So there we go. That one looks better. Put that one there. I will say that this idea, this lobster, I know Althea was like, Lanita, what are you asking me to help you make? It's not for the faint of heart. Okay, so let's see if that will stay. Okay, that looks pretty good. It's a little small still. Let's see, that one is, well, that one maybe, this one is a little longer, so let's try this one. This one needs to be the longest one from what I saw. So let's do that and see how that fits. There we go. That one is pretty exact. Like I said, it reminds you of one of those trays, you know, when people are putting things on to serve. All right, so then this is going to go up and around and in back. Now, measurement-wise, I want it to cover more adhesive. Just put it all over the place and put it on this too. That's the side, and then this side here on the front to tuck him back. And I can always trim those a bit. Now it's so sticky, right? So yeah, it's so sticky there. Let's see, okay, so there's this. So from what I can see, this just needs to scooch in out just a bit more. So I might have not given myself enough on that, but that can also be fixed. So go there and up and over. Up and over. There we go. Okay. Okay. So then this arch is a little bit smaller, and it can go up a little bit more. Just tip it up a bit, because I'm going to put the slats on it. And so, oh, the other thing I found, well, I don't think you'll need it on this. So, okay, now this is the tricky one here, because we are overlapping again, up and over, right? And then this one goes up and over to here. So I'm going to put it here and then here. So there's that. And let's just measure with this again, so you can see. Whoop, it's sticking. Oh my goodness, everything is sticking. That's the way it is. So you can see how it's going to lay here. I want that to go in back, and that's the sticky part. My hand is covering it, I'm sorry. And this should go in back here. So if I get the back part right, I should be able to fix this part. So I may have to adjust it a little bit, but let's see if that looks right enough. Okay, so that one needs to come down a little bit, it looks like. Yeah, I think that's close enough. Now the slats, and I'll go ahead and trim this off now. And I'll go ahead and add it to here. If I need more, I have more here. And then this, I'll go ahead and trim away. When I made my sample, I realized it was hard to, you know, tuck it under. So I decided to put it on first and cut it off after. Okay. So there's that, and I do think I still want this a little bit higher. Because we can always cut that down if I need to. Okay. All right, so down, down, down. Okay, and that can be cut off. All right, so again, it's tilted. Now the slats. So, here's where I felt that it was good to have this at an angle, just to be able to see how I want it, right? So I want a slat from I want a slat from here to here, and from here to here, and here to here. So those will be my first ones. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put a whole bunch of adhesive on these because it'll be quicker that way. Okay, so there's that. I'll put that one there, and I'll get rid of the little pieces after. Like I'll clip all that stuff afterwards. And then this one, I'll take the thicker one, can be on the bottom here. Let's see, I'll do that one where I can angle it the way I want it. Okay, there's that. And then I'll put one more up here. It's funny because these are an 1/8, but because it's so narrow, some feel longer than others. That's just the way it is. I'm going to put that a little higher up. Okay, there's that. And I want that to be right there. Now I'm thinking that I'm going to bring the camera down a little bit so that the intricateness can be shown. And now, now these can be, I'm going to put slats that way first, and then these will go over. So these, I'm going to put the adhesive on this instead of these on this part. And then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, it's just kind of a guess on which ones. Let's do it that way. Which ones, I mean, how far apart? So that's 2. I did put some there, and I'm putting some on here too. I don't need it all over it, but just on the, just seems to need a lot of, okay, 3. And tilt it. 4. Oh, let's see. Did I get that a little bit too tilted? I think I'm okay still. And one more. I just want to make sure I'm with my sample. Yep. It's like an optical illusion. It really, really is, because it feels like you're off and yet you're fine, you know, but you don't know it because it looks crooked. Okay, so now I'm just going to clip these. And if you want to put them under, you can. On my sample, I tried under and over. It didn't seem to matter once all the slats are on, and once you have it on your page. So I'll just cut those. And you can see some of these are moving. That's why I said just tape like everything, because if you don't, you'll need it. Okay. All right, so there's that. And then I'm going to go ahead and put these here. So the same thing. I have that one, and I'll flip these over, get these ready to put down. And I didn't actually, I think I did 12 strips just because I wanted to have enough. So there's one right close to the bottom there, just as a double. And then skip a bit here, so that's going over that little piece. And then skip another little bit there, and this should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 also. 1, 2, 3. I'll go ahead and cut these off because I know I can use some of these that have the tape on them already. And there. And I can use this one right in there. So this one, I am just going, that one does show up, so I'm going to tuck it under. And then I'll go ahead and clip that and tuck it under. All right, so there's that. Now I better put adhesive on this part. So that's why this mat is super important, because the mat is important because you're going to need to be taping all over. Okay, now I'm going to put the little slats there. So once again, I want shorter slats, so that's a shorter one. Here's a shorter one. And this is a wider one. Let's do the shorter ones here. That seems skinny. Again, they seem skinny, but that's what they are okay. And this one goes over that there and to the edge of the round right there. This one I do cut as I go, just so I can see where I'm at, okay? And then another one. And then another one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm 1, 2, 3. So one more, and that one will fit. Okay. So now you can see that it is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that'll give me enough spacing here for the last one there. So the last one, I want it a little bit, let's see, does this have, okay, I want the long one, so let me find another shorty one over here. Well, that's a long one too. Okay, 1, 2, yeah, I think I have enough long ones, so I'll go ahead and use this one. That had a funny pointy end, so all right, there's that. And I know it can go all the way across, but I wanted a and I'm gonna tuck these under as much as I can now that I've cut them, just so that this part here, the arch shows, and that can tuck down a bit. And then I'll grab these little pieces and get those straightened out. And there we go. So now we're almost done. Can you believe it? I know, it's a process, isn't it? And this, I didn't get that one yet. Okay, now the longer one. So here is 1, 2, and 3. And this is this one seems to be a bit thicker. Again, I don't know why. It just is. So I am going to, yeah, I'll go ahead and do the whole length here to there, right over the arch on this one. That needs a little bit more cut. That's another tricky part, is because everything is so sticky on purpose. Everything sticks to everything, but that's what I want. All right, so there's that one. We'll go cut over here, and then the next one is going to go under. Okay. This one will go, yep, does not have adhesive yet. This one is kind of going to be hanging partially in the air too, but it does need to. So this one is a little tricky because it's coming back from here. Okay, so it's grabbing the last arch here and starting over here. And then this one is going to go under there. So I'm going to cut it so I can have enough room to slip it under, put some tape runner on it. And by the way, of course, this is repositionable. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, there we go. So there is the lobster trap. And I think it's done. Okay, so as you can see, there's a few rough edges here, like this is sticking out and overlapping. This is where you can either clip or tuck under. Okay, you can tuck some of these under by just lifting and tucking. That one is an extra piece there. So if you want it to be under, if it looks too rough, but you know, they are out of wood, and so they will be a little bit rough-ish. Okay, there you go. I didn't time myself, but that's fun, isn't it? Did I have enough? Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yep, yeah, that is enough. Okay, now for the page. Let's put this aside, and I want to talk a little bit about the rest of the ingredients. The rest of the ingredients. This is from the Cloud Punch here, and it's just called a cloud frame. And a lot of you have this. I know it's not available anymore, but a lot of you do have it. On the seacoast, especially in Maine, I feel like this is what I see. There's like the darkish clouds, and then the lighter colors. There's a lot of color depending on the time of day. And so this particular one is from the Florida. And of course, if you look at this side, it's sideways, but this is the angle that I wanted so I could get that pattern. Okay, and then some of the rope that from the rope border maker cartridge. Oh, and did I say this is the diamond window chain that I put in the middle here? That's what's in the middle there. Okay, diamond window chain. Was that in a mystery box too? I've been trying to use mystery box things. And then the anchor, okay, which a lot of you have also. All right, so now, and of course, the lighthouse. That's what we were all so excited about with this mystery box, right? Are you so excited about it? That's why they ran out so quick. The base is going to be navy, and guess what? That was in your mystery box also. I'm going to set this up and then create the page. So this can be a match. If I were to want to make a match to this and put it on this side, I can do that, or I could put it down here. And I can also do this backwards, which I think I'm going to do. I don't know, should I do it backwards? So the clouds are up top, and I'm just going to do it backwards anyway. And here's the nice little trick on this one. So that's going to go up there. This could go just like that. That could go fine. But notice how this is cut down a bit. So just you know, just fussy cut and cut down a bit. Why? Just because we can play and see how a thinner border would look, how a thinner wave would look, how a coastline or water waves that are farther away, how that would look. And there you go. So then this can go ahead and adhere. Now, because it is cardstock, it doesn't matter what side you put the adhesive, you can just flip it. I am looking, I think I threw my silicone mat on the floor because it had all the scraps on it. Okay, so once again, just grab all that there. That's why these are nice, I'm telling you. Oh, am I out? I am out. Grab another tape runner. Always have extras, right? And then go ahead and put that one right there. So the ferry boat is, or the, you know, there's a little bit of cloudy skies, and the lighthouses are needed because the boats need to know that they could be in danger. So that's what all this lighthouse stuff is about. Okay, there is that. And I'm just gonna see, I think you can see that, bring it back to there. Okay, there we go. So there's this. And there is this. Just kind of tuck it under. There we go. Oh. Okay. I think I put enough on that one. There. Okay. And then the lobster trap, right? So that can go here if you want it to. And then you can put a picture there. You can put a picture here. And you can put the anchor. That could be there. And then this would be at an angle. And then your quote can be down here. I'm just gonna steal that one because that's actually a perfect one to add, and just do the anchor this way. Now I would put a foam square. Let's find the foam squares. And a little one there. These were the tiny ones, but see if it doesn't show through. Yeah. So there's that. And I'm just going to put it briefly on here because it could be that I want to move it depending on my pictures, right? Because it could go somewhere else. But for now, we'll leave this like that. Okay. So now I've taken that off. I shouldn't have done that maybe, but anyway, it's not an exact match, but it's kind of an opposite. And you can just see how it looks either top or bottom and how much fun it is. What did you think about the lobster trap? Isn't that so fun? All right, so thank you for watching. There it is once again. Thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel, Scrapbooking with Lanita. And first, you can shop from my website. It will be posted here. And then, of course, I have a discontinued website. Oh, I did want to show you, if you don't have this one, then I noticed that the Fairgrounds Punch also has that type of a grid that you can use. And I'll just give you a little sneak peek. This is the paper. Not, you already know that's the designer paper that's in your paperback. And I was going to give you a sneak peek, but I don't know what I did with it. Okay, well, there's another page, but I think I don't know what I did with it. So I guess I'll have to show you how to make it later, right? All right, so thanks for watching, and I will see you next time on Scrapbooking with Lanita.